Mitsubishi Pajero 1979–1991. The first generation made its debut at the Tokyo Motor Show in October 1981, and was launched in May 1982, officially replacing the Mitsubishi Jeep delivery wagon. Initially, it was a 3-door, short wheelbase model available with a metal or canvas top and 3 different engines options, although more were gradually added, ending with a 3.0-liter V6 on top of the range. It included features which were unusual for a 4-wheel drive vehicle: a turbocharged diesel engine, a front double wishbone suspension with torsion bar springs, power steering and suspension seats. In January 1983, only a year following its launch, mildly tuned production Pajeros entered the world of motorsport. In February 1983, Mitsubishi introduced a long-wheelbase, 5-door model, available with a choice of 2 different engines, a 2.0-liter turbocharged petrol, badged as 2.0 turbo and 2000 turbo in some markets, and a 2.3-liter turbocharged diesel. It also came in standard, semi-high roof and high roof body styles. Outside of Japan there was also the 2.6-liter Petrol 4, which produced 103 PS, 76 kilowatts, in European trim. The long wheelbase model increased seating capacity to 7, with available third-row seats, which could be folded to the sides for additional trunk space or combined with second-row seats to form a bed. In 1984, the Pajero received turbo diesel engines with higher power, torque ratings, whilst the long wheelbase models received standard 4-wheel disc brakes and 4-way adjustable shock absorbers as standard equipment. A flagship model was introduced in 1987 with two-tone paint, 15-inch light alloy wheels, front seat heaters, wool seat covers, leather headrests, a 3-spoke steering wheel and a sound system with radio, cassette. In 1987, a version of the Pajero, Montero, was rebadged by Dodge as the Raider, which ran through 1989. In 1988, a 3.0-liter SOC V6 engine was made available, alongside a 2.5-liter turbo diesel engine, with the first 4x4 intercooler. The long wheelbase models received a coil-link suspension system for better ride comfort and off-road ability. It was available with a 3-door body for a short wheelbase, SWB, or a 5-door body for a long wheelbase, LWB. Engines included a 2.6-liter i4 with 82 kilowatts, 111 PS, 110 horsepower, a 3.0-liter V6 with a fan 104 kilowatts, 141 PS, 139 horsepower, and a turbocharged 2.5-liter OHC diesel i4 with 62 kilowatts, 84 PS, 83 horsepower, or an intercooled 70 kilowatts, 95 PS, 94 horsepower. Part-time 4-wheel drive was standard on all models. The first generation platform was later built under license by Hyundai Precision Products as the Hyundai Galloper from 1991 to 2003, and exported to Europe for a brief time. While it used first-generation mechanicals, the Galloper's body was closer to the second-generation Pajeros. The NA series was released to Australia during January 1983 in short, SWB, and long wheelbase, LWB, 3-door wagon formats, with a 2.6-liter petrol or 2.3-liter turbo diesel, both mated to a 5-speed KM145 manual transmission. Brakes were ventilated front discs and rear drums. The 5-door, high-roof LWB model was introduced in May 1984 with the same powertrain options. The 5-door offered a luxury superwagon trim and also had a shorter final drive than the SWB models, to make up for the increased weight. The NB of November 1984 included a revised grille, deleted the LWB 3-door body style and the diesel engine for the remaining SWB 3-door. Mitsubishi Australia released the NC series in November 1985, introducing optional power steering, while the long wheelbase 5-door switched to a low-roof design. A KM148 automatic gearbox became optional on the petrol superwagon for the October 1986 ND update, while the 2.5-liter turbo diesel replaced the old 2.3-liter unit. For the October 1987 Ni series, the Japanese 2.6-liter petrol was replaced with the Australian-made Astron 2 version. Brake dimensions were also increased across the range. The Ni 3-door Sports and 5-door Superwagon added a limited slip differential, front bumper overriders, spare wheel cover, side pinstriping, 16-inch chrome wheels, and optional two-tone paint over the base cars. The most expensive models also received an inclinometer, voltmeter, oil pressure gauge, stereo cassette player, remote fuel filler release, suspension driver seat, carpeting, and tweed and velour cloth trim, over tweed cloth and vinyl. September 1988's NF facelift saw the introduction of a 3.0-liter V6 engine in the top-line Superwagon, delivering 105 kilowatts, 143 PS, 141 horsepower, and 228 Nm, 168 pounds-feet, via 5-speed V5 mount 1 manual or 4-speed KM148 automatic. Suspension became a 3-link coil spring design at the rear. Rear disc brakes were fitted to the V6 only. The final engine refresh from September 1989 to April 1991 was a minor trim and equipment readjustment. The KM148 automatic transmission was replaced by the V4 Auto with lockup. High-end on models, that is not the base commercial trim, now received chrome, truck-style side mirrors. An intercooler was also added to the 2.5-liter turbo diesel models in 1990. The Camel Trophy was a vehicle-oriented competition that was held annually between 1980 and 2000, and it was best known for its use of Land Rover vehicles over challenging terrain. The event took its name from its main sponsor, the Camel cigarette brand. The first event was originally intended as a one-off publicity stunt for Camel tobacco. This came about after 6 Germans had the idea of driving the notoriously tough Transamazônica highway in Brazil, 1,600 kilometers of dusty, rutted, broken dirt road with several treacherous river crossings through the Amazon. Though little information is available online, Mitsubishi entered several long-wheelbase, first-generation Pajeros in the Camel Trophy and even created a limited Camel Trophy edition to commemorate the event and their participation. Interestingly, the limited edition versions were short wheelbase, whereas the actual competing vehicles were long wheelbase due to the need to carry large amounts of equipment. The competing and Camel Trophy edition vehicles both featured 2.5-liter turbo diesel 4D56 engines with a 5-speed manual transmission. Some of the special accessories these vehicles came with are the now iconic mustard yellow body and wheel paint, Camel Trophy logo on the driver and passenger doors, floor mats, seats and spare tire cover, PTO winch, a recovery kit with shovel, black powder-coated roof rack and a special bush knife. Only 150 of this edition were ever made, though several enthusiasts have created replicas using their own SWB Pajeros from the time with spare parts that were still available from OEM part stockists. Currently many of these parts can still be found in dealer inventories, including the highly desirable PTO winch. Original Camel Trophy editions can be identified by a yellow and black plaque inside the vehicle and a special chassis code, VNTX5.